Today, we're diving into the hidden architecture of silence.
So, why is "I'm fine" the world's most common lie? You've heard it a million times, right? It's that phrase that just shuts everything down, right when you feel like a conversation needs to start. But understanding why people say it, well, that's the key. That's how we can finally start to unlock what's really going on behind that wall. And this whole frustrating experience is so universal, it deserves a name. Let's just call it a familiar silence.
Oh, we've all been there, haven't we? You can just feel it. Someone you care about is obviously upset. The whole energy is just off. So you do what any caring person would do. You ask, hey, what's wrong? And bam, nothing. I'm fine. It feels like a door just slammed shut in your face, right? It's this total brick wall, and man, is it frustrating to be on the other side of it.
And that frustration, it almost always leads our minds down the exact same path. A simple, kind of painful, and usually totally wrong conclusion. Let's call it the trust misconception. You know, when you hit that wall, your first instinct is to make it about you. Our brains just default to the most personal explanation we can find. What did I do wrong? Is this my fault? Why won't they just open up to me? So the common assumption, our gut reaction, is that it's a personal rejection. They just don't trust me enough. But the hidden reality is almost always something else entirely. They're trying to protect something. This shift in perspective is absolutely crucial. Their silence isn't about a lack of trust in you. It's about a deep, deep need to protect something inside of them, or, and this is a big one, they're trying to protect you from what they're carrying. So if it's not a simple wall of distrust, then what in the world is it? Well, it's something way more complex. Think of it like a whole structure, an entire architecture of silence. Yeah, this isn't some random barrier they just threw up. The architecture of silence is a defense that's been carefully constructed, even if they don't consciously realize it. It's like an internal fortress they've built to keep a problem contained. And here's the most important part. The reason for building it is never, ever malice. It's always, always about protection. Okay, so if we're talking about an entire architecture, what's holding it all up? What are the main pillars keeping this wall of silence standing? It really comes down to three huge pillars. First up, the fear of being a burden. They're sitting there thinking their problems are just too messy, too heavy, and they are honestly trying to spare you from that weight. The second pillar, protecting the relationship. They're genuinely scared that if they show you the raw, complicated truth, it might change how you see them. And the third one, this is a big one we overlook all the time. They simply lack the right words. The feeling inside is just this big, tangled knot, and they literally don't know where to even begin to explain it. And this right here, this gets to the central, kind of heartbreaking paradox of the whole thing. Silence is so often a misguided act of love. It's a shield they're holding up to protect the very connection that it ends up damaging. It's so ironic, isn't it? In an effort to preserve the relationship by hiding their struggles, they end up creating the exact distance they were so afraid of.
So now that we understand this, it completely changes our role, right? It's time to move from frustration to construction. It's time for us to build a new foundation.
Honestly, if you take one thing away from this, let it be this. Understanding the architecture changes everything. Your goal totally shifts. The silence is no longer a wall to be broken down with a sledgehammer of demanding questions. Instead, it becomes a structure to be understood. Your job is to become a patient architect too, to walk around this thing they've built and try to see why they built it in the first place.
So what does that actually look like in practice? 4 simple shifts. First, reframe what you're seeing. It's protection, not rejection. That alone is huge. Second, ask different, gentler questions. Instead of what's wrong, try something like, it seems like there's a lot on your mind. Third, create a safe space for imperfection. Let them know it's totally okay to not be okay around you. And finally, the hardest part. Remember, it's not always about you. Their silence is about their struggle, not your value. So, there you have it. We've just looked at the blueprint for these walls of silence. We see they're not built out of anger, but out of fear and a tangled desire to protect. So that leaves just one question for you. Now that you understand the architecture, how will you listen differently?